everybody. I'm so glad. Thank you. Thank you for being here. And thank you for taking the time. Now, this is going out to three different layers. Some of you are going to get this in the 12-week year. Some of you are getting this from our prosperity group. And some of you are getting this in our community. So thank you for showing up. I'm going to connect two things today, esteem and symbolism. So when we talk about prosperity mindset, part of the reason that those of you that are in the 12-week year are doing so well is that you are doing it with that prosperity mindset. So you get this extra way to really kind of filter information about your process and how to hold the self in esteem. And we talk a lot about that. It's really the reason that I like the 12-week year is not because it's the greatest book ever known. It is just a very handy process that will help you by identifying things that are important to you, by putting things into your values, and really helping you identify what you're doing, right? What are you doing with your life? And what is it that you need more of? And how is that important to you? So it's really, when I think about esteem, it is that honor. It is a promise. I'm keeping a promise to myself. It's also learning to put energy into the things that matter to the highest. Like when we talk about the self, you'll see me go, that's the capital S self, right? That's your highest self. And we all hear self, our higher self, sometimes give us corrective action, which we ignore, right? Because we've all done it. We've all done it. We've all been in a situation where you're like, yeah, I shouldn't have done that. I knew it wasn't right. I knew it felt, whatever. I knew that it wasn't the right choice for me. Well, okay, then you're overriding your systems. So when you're thinking about esteem, I want you to think about, right, putting energy into things that matter to you first. And that is the first question of the day, always for all of us, is what matters to me most today? And if you haven't put into a morning ritual some sort of conversation, you will want to, because the more you hold yourself in esteem, the more you keep your own promises, something interesting happens. And that's this conversation around symbolism. And symbolism is the way that I explain symbolism is the shape of meaning. So we start to shape the meaning of things that come with us. We start to do some comparisons. We start to use metaphors. I use a lot of metaphors in general because I think it helps people kind of diagnose and affirm the way that they're doing it. So it also helps you see that some things that you thought where maybe a shadow or a silhouette, right? Like how this is kind of groovy and you can't really pick what's out here, right? We move towards the light, but we can't actually sometimes see what's the outcome that I'm getting. I know I want to go to this bright section over here, but I don't always know what it is, right? So we start to shape the meaning of our lives. And esteem helps us do that because we're going to start conserving our energy to things that have meaning, that you will start to build strength. You'll start to care for things. You will start to do very basic things that are in your best interest. So when you are practicing the 12-week year, when you are practicing prosperity mindset, that's one of the things I remind people about is you're going to have to hold this yourself, right? This little loving person that's you in the highest honor, to honor your own journey, to honor your own strengths, to honor your own obsessions, to honor your own just every part of it, to honor this wacky package of you, and honor that it is learning, honor that it is not always right, honor the fact that you got today, that today is a day for you to be magnificent. And today is a day to grow and process and get in touch with your emotions. And while you're doing that, the more fondness, the more curiosity, the more you are willing to be charmed by your own crazy life, the more you will start to see symbolism, the more things will start to add up, the more that these kind of things that are in the background will start to make sense. And so you'll start to get a little more deciphering, a little more connection, and connection to why something matters. Oh, that's why I make that choice. Oh, that's why I'm doing this. So symbolism will start to pop up, and it can be small things like noticing that there's always a bird that shows up. Hmm. Is that something? Is that something? Sometimes the symbolism is that, oh, that was quite literal what I wished for. We had someone who was did a whole bunch of kind of wishing. Um, she was manifesting. That's what she was doing. She was manifesting, and she was manifesting herself in a little Barbie car because she wanted a little convertible. And one day, a literal Barbie car showed up, and she laughed because the symbolism was correct. She asked for a Barbie car, and there it was. And there it was. Not saying be careful what you wish for. What I am saying is that understand that as you are doing the things that you are doing, there's symbolism in that. There's strength in that. There's also symbolism in not honoring yourself, in not being fond of yourself, in not being thankful for the day. There's symbolism in that. So as you're moving forward, think about the symbolism that you're seeing, pay attention to it, write it down, give it a hmm, give it a little think and see, is there a classification? Is something repairing itself? Is there something here that has a lot more meaning? And it'll be surprising. It'll be surprising. Of course, I always tell you, please journal while you're going through this process because it is beneficial to you. It is beneficial for you specifically to remember how you got here, but to also understand and interpret the symbolism that you're seeing that you might not be able to process or diagnose in a second. So have a great day. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for honoring our time. Thank you for being here. That coming to class is a big responsibility, and coming to class with your full authentic self is really a big deal. And it means a lot to everyone else in class. So when you are not shielding and covering and hiding and being, away, but you're being light and bright and thoughtful and loving and yourself, it is a miracle. It feels like a miracle to be together. So thank you because I honor that. I honor that in you and I honor that in me. So have a great day and I will see you in class. Bye.